a wide-awake drunk. And now you're drunk and you have enough energy to drive. I can totally fucking drive. Right? Why do you think that? Because you have the same level of stimulation as you have when you usually drive. So you think, I can perfectly drive. So caffeine doesn't sober anybody up.
Nervous little dogs prepare for their day.
That is just too tricky. Right? Now, curious long-term potential benefits. We've had at least 2 studies show reduced risk of Parkinson's disease in men. What's Parkinson's? Parkinsonian symptoms. Seems to have something to do with the dopaminergic system. Why would an adenosine drug work? We have no idea. Why would it work in men and not in women? Okay. Still a mystery. Needs to be replicated. Reduced risk of certain forms of cancer. This makes no sense at all. Okay. But when you covary out nicotine and alcohol use, there does seem to be decreased rates of some cancers. Bladder, pancreatic for some reason. Right? But I'm always suspicious of those statistical, we're controlling for how much you drink and we're controlling for how much cigarettes you smoke. So I wouldn't recommend this as a home game. Apparently there's a new link between caffeine and Alzheimer's, or at least coffee and Alzheimer's disease, and my wife will never shut the fuck up about it. And then lower risk of liver cirrhosis, which I find just incredibly comic, given that every alcoholic I've ever met loves caffeine. Osteoporosis and bone fracture in elderly men and women. Caffeine is a diuretic. What's that mean? Makes you pee a lot. And you pee calcium right on out. Right? Calcium is part of what you need in order to metabolize it in the first place. So away it goes. So if you are a big caffeine head, take your calcium. Right? Low birth weight in newborns. Okay? If you do get pregnant, guys, you're going to be in the news. Women, it's worth considering giving up caffeine. Okay, I gotta say, I was really impressed with my wife, like in grad school, had that coffee mug that had the caffeine molecule on there. Like coffee was her fucking middle name. It was part of her identity. Right? She got pregnant with Di and she quit. And she was so nice those first 3 days. It was just delightful. I love her so much. It was great being around her. Complete, just delight. Like my entire marriage. Moonlight and roses. Just, no, in fact, after about 3 days, she was totally fine. Right? And Dahlia is still really, really little, but so are she and I. So, but definitely see low birth weight. Right? But the other thing is, it definitely passes that placental barrier. So the baby's in there like kicking around, all stimulated. Right? It's just not good. Right? Increased risk of panic attacks. One of my first clients on internship. So in Mississippi, a Coke means a soda, which totally fucks up all the high school drug assessments, right? Have you ever tried Coke? They're like, sure, right? And suddenly, in Natchez, Mississippi is this cocaine capital of the world. But so this happens in Mississippi. Somebody will say, do you want a Coke? And I'll say yes. And they'll say, what kind? Right? And they don't mean diet or regular. They mean orange or root beer. Fuck, Coke just means soda, right? I got this guy, panic attacks, real serious every day, all the classic symptoms, heart rate, sweating, the whole bit. Do you drink coffee? No, I never drink coffee. It finally dawns on me. How about Coke? That's what they call it. They're not that he's doing lines. Yeah, I probably do drink a lot of sodas. Let's walk through a typical day. 19. 19 Cokes a day. I think panic attacks, I got a great intervention here. Okay, problem was too, he was really into these BC powders, which are like a headache powder down there, which are just caffeine and aspirin all ground up and sold in an envelope for headaches. You know. he had terrible headaches when he quit, but he had no more panic attacks. Right. The other big one with panic attack, mitral valve prolapse. So one of the valve disorders of the heart can also create symptoms that look just like panic attack. If you feel like you're having panic attacks, check it out with the cardiologist.